In today's news, we have more bullish updates surrounding Congress and their aggressive developments towards greenlighting crypto, but most importantly, greenlighting XRP's takeover, in this instance through the destruction of the SEC, the termination of the chairman, Gary Gensler. Firstly, I want to bring your attention to this clip here from XRP Drops with Congressman Tom Emmer speaking live at Consensus and absolutely destroying on live TV, destroying Gary Gensler, confirming his days are numbered. Listen closely.
Gary Gensler has been the worst thing that could ever have happened to the SEC. He has gone way beyond the authority that he has. He literally violates the mission of the SEC every day. What the SEC is supposed to do is we want capital investment. We want new opportunities. And these guys are trying to stop him. His open door policy is the biggest crock of you-know-what that ever existed. It's literally, come on in, tell me what your project is, and then we're going to sue you. The problem here is that he has lost repeatedly. And as we've seen in the last month, his colleague in the Senate, both of them are starting to, they've lost their credibility.
Well, are they defanged? Does that mean, from your view, they're defanged? In other words, the crypto agenda is winning? Is it tactical? I mean, let me put it this way. If he's approving Ether ETFs and he's approved Bitcoin ETFs, and we see how they've taken off, does it matter if he's in that job for you?
I'd be very careful about trusting a cornered animal with nothing to lose but its life. Gary Gensler's on his way out. I think
regardless of who wins the election, you think?
I think he is. Yeah, I think
so
he is.
There'll be a change.
I think you've seen him lose favor with the administration, and that's why you have a Chuck Schumer who literally leads the charge for the Democrats in the Senate to get rid of this foolish Sob 121.
Yeah.
This is, of course, very, very big news. I imagine you should be well aware now that Gary Gensler has single-handedly stifled crypto, but most importantly stifled America's innovation, and it has got well out of hand, as recently he sent the attorneys of the SEC into the courts with the instruction to lie to federal judges, and as a result the judges have rightly so fined them $1.8 million in damages, which is absolutely insane. But the most twisted, corrupt part of all of this is that it's a repetitive cycle, and we are the ones who will come out worse at the end of this. It's the taxpayers like you or me. They are the ones that the SEC are meant to be protecting, but they are the ones, we are the ones that will have to pay this bill, pay this fine. And Gary Gensler can go to Congress anytime he pleases to request more money and to go after us once again. He can retire perfectly fine without a single stress in the world. In fact, CEO of Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse, has said in the past that there's little to no repercussions, no consequence for Gary Gensler to change his ways. Hence why Tom Emmer and Congress are seemingly now putting their foot down, making their stand to destroy his corruption. We can see in this post here from Fox Business journalist Elena Terrett that she actually asked an ex-SEC staffer what would it take for the head of an independent agency to be removed. The short answer is it's basically impossible, but the person also pointed out that the SEC is set up slightly differently than other agencies in that all of the 5 commissioners are confirmed as commissioners, and the President Joe Biden could deem any one of them a chair at any moment. So potentially, considering that Gary Gensler has just completely blown the pooch with this debt box debacle, that maybe Joe Biden will actually remove Gary Gensler before his term is up. And honestly, it's about damn time. Just get rid of this man. We can hear in this video that the main culprit, the main reason why XRP's price and also adoption has been hindered, stifled for so long, is because of the SEC, because of the United States banning Ripple from creating consumer-based products. Listen closely.
If anything, the biggest hindrance, and I guess we can kind of blame this to some extent on the U.S. government there as well. But the biggest hindrance for XRP adoption is there aren't really too many consumer-facing wallets at this point. But there's a whole other story behind that.
And this is why Ripple moved 95% of its business across seas. But now that Gary Gensler, the clown, the fell, trapped wild animal, is on the way out, XRP's price is destined to explode in the very, very near future, because ETFs are definitely incoming, inevitable, on the way. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse has confirmed this again at Consensus. Just take a listen to this bullish update.
It's just inevitable there's going to be more ETFs. It's almost like saying, when you first had the introduction of the stock exchange in the 1920s, if you only trade one stock, does that make sense? No, that doesn't make sense. Look, there's going to be multiple ETFs. We now have a big approved ETH ETF. I think it's just a matter of time. It's inevitable. There's going to be an XRP ETF. There's going to be a Solana ETF. There's going to be a Cardano ETF.
So it is inevitable that there will be a Solana, a Cardano, and an XRP ETF. Congress are now tightening the noose around the SEC and the freedom they have had, and now as a result, they are effectively confirming the inevitability of an XRP ETF. Congress are confirming an ETF for XRP is incoming, and when this happens, considering what ETFs did for Bitcoin, just imagine how explosive XRP's price surge will be. Brad Garlinghouse made a conservative prediction that by the end of this year, 2024, crypto's market cap will 2x, reaching $5 trillion at the very, very least. And XRP, in my opinion, not financial advice of course, but I believe XRP will have one of the most explosive price surges once this lawsuit is over. Because do you understand that the fair market value of the cryptocurrency market has yet to be disclosed? Starting late 2024, crypto will finally be measured at their fair market value. Finally, as a result, the Financial Standard Board regulation passed September 2023. The true value of crypto will soon be revealed. This is a rapidly growing asset class, and XRP is leading the way. Again, for Fox Business journalist Elena Tevitt, new from her Ripple Lab political push with a second $25 million donation to Crypto Super PAC. This is Ripple's second $25 million installment into Fairshake, making it the Super PAC's largest donor and swelling the crypto industry war chest to over $110 million. You need to understand and remember that Ripple has spent hundreds of millions of dollars to win this victory in their lawsuit, but this victory is more than just for them, it's for the entire crypto space, as we can hear in this interview, this video here from CNBC.
Ripple donated another $25 million to the digital asset super PAC Fairshake in its support of crypto-friendly political candidates. The latest donation is on top of the blockchain firm's initial contribution of $25 million last year. Ripple made the announcement this morning, saying that it's proud to contribute to shaping a positive regulatory landscape in the U.S. The firm's donations account for about half of the roughly $100 million that Fairshake has raised so far from crypto companies like Coinbase and executives including Gemini's Winklevoss twins.
And even better still, in some more bombshell announcements, XRP's price will only continue to send shockwaves through the entire crypto space with the introduction of the RLUSD, the Ripple Lab stablecoin. Soon, the Ripple Lab stablecoin will be fully backed by the US dollar, reserves held by the major US banks and regulated by the US payment stablecoin bill. The USDC and RLUSD will become the de facto digital dollar used globally. Now, this is actually quite comedic for two main reasons. One, and also a bit of a reality check to the XRP fraudsters. We have this firstly here, this video from Tether's CEO, and seemingly his annoyance and his frustration, if anything, that everyone now seems to be launching their own stablecoin. Take a listen.
To me, of course, now everyone and their sisters are trying to launch stablecoins and call it stablecoins because, they, of course, is cool. But, a stablecoin has to be compared with money. Shouldn't be compared to an investment product.
Now, he is right in this instance. Stablecoins have to be compared with real money. And as I just showed you, Ripple Lab stablecoin, USD stablecoin, will be 100% backed by the US government, the US dollar. Hence why it will replace USDT. But equally, as we can see in this post here, this new stablecoin is even more superior to that of Circle USDC. And that's because Circle doesn't have the same big balance sheet that Ripple does.
The second thing, and one of the catalysts, and I haven't talked to this publicly, but one of the catalysts to leaning in for Ripple was when USDC depegged last spring, right, 14 months ago. Circle stepped in and said, hey, we'll stand in that gap. It went down to 93 cents, and Circle said, we guarantee $1. And USDC didn't move. Now, it's partly because I think Circle doesn't have a big balance sheet. Had Ripple said that at the same time, I think you would have seen USDC regain its peg, because Ripple has $20, $30 billion of balance sheet behind it, which I think would have been a positive thing. So, look, I think USDC is going to continue to be very successful. I think the Ripple stablecoin, which we haven't really announced the name around yet, but I'm very optimistic. There's a lot of market share there. There's a lot of growth, and so I'm excited.
This is why Ripple's new stablecoin will help XRP surge in value, replacing USDC or at least being more used than USDC and completely abolishing USDT. Especially because Ripple have an amazing team, amazing leadership, an impressive board of directors working with the biggest positions, the biggest companies, the biggest institutions in the world. And Ripple are deeply ingrained into the monetary system worldwide. America, Congress, as we can now finally see, are starting to wise up, greenlighting Americas to catch up and allow crypto to take over, allowing XRP to inevitably take over. XRP ETFs are incoming. It's just a matter of time. And once they come, once it happens, you will be wishing you bought XRP at just 50 cents, which is why you can't look short term. So you need to think long term. And I'll see you in the next one.